The dust hasn't even settled when the second stallion lunges. His hooves strike the ground like thunder. His neck arches, his ears flatten. And then, in a flash, his hind legs shoot back with explosive force. The kick doesn't miss. The other stallion stumbles, biting the air, flanks heaving. But he doesn't retreat. Not yet. This is not a fight for survival. It's a battle for power. A clash over dominance, control, and who gets to lead and breed in this stretch of wild American range. Welcome to the world of wild stallions. Out here, brute force isn't random. It's language, a way to speak without words, through posture, pressure, and well-aimed kicks that can shift the balance of an entire herd. These confrontations are not rare. In fact, they're critical, because in wild horse societies, stallions don't just protect the group, they shape it. They decide where to graze, when to move, and which mares stay close. And if a challenger appears, younger, stronger, or simply desperate, the ritual begins. Posturing, pacing, and then the first blow. This documentary dives into that split-second moment. The reflex, the reason, and the raw biology behind one of the most dangerous moves in the animal kingdom, the dominance kick of the stallion. Through real footage, expert insights, and untold stories from the wild, we'll explore how these kicks don't just injure, they determine legacy. Because for stallions, one powerful kick can mean the difference between exile and empire. Let's explore with Animal Prime. It looks like chaos, dust, teeth, flying hooves. But dominance battles between stallions follow rules. Ancient ones, written in muscle and instinct. Let's break it down. Hormones, the fire beneath the hooves. The root of every stallion showdown begins with a surge, not of anger, but of testosterone. This powerful hormone spikes during the breeding season, triggering boldness, aggression, and a deep biological drive to control territory and secure mating rights. When testosterone levels rise, so does risk. Stallions become more alert, more reactive, and far more likely to use their most devastating weapon, the rear kick. Unlike a defensive kick thrown out of fear, the dominance kick is calculated. It's aimed, it's timed, and it's meant to send a message. I'm stronger. Back off, son, or get hurt. In many species, aggression escalates in stages, but horses, especially stallions, often skip the bluff. They go straight to impact. The mechanics of power. Why is the stallion's kick so dangerous? It comes down to physics. A mature stallion can weigh 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. And when he coils his hindquarters and launches a double kick, he's using some of the strongest muscles in the animal kingdom. The gluteal, hamstring, and gastrocnemius muscle groups combine to generate a force of over 2,000 psi. That's more than a heavyweight boxer's punch, more than the bite force of a lion. And unlike predators that aim to kill, stallions aim to dominate. The goal isn't destruction, it's control. To land a blow strong enough to hurt, shock, or intimidate, but not necessarily to maim. This is what makes the stallion kick different from a predator strike. It's precise, rhythmic, part of a language that evolved over millions of years. Dominance in motion, a ritual of position. Watch two stallions approach each other, and you'll see the ritual unfold. First, head high, neck arched, ears pinned. Then, circling, positioning, looking for openings. And finally, the kick, fast, explosive, launched backward or sideways. Some kicks are warning shots, landing inches away. Others are direct hits, to the shoulder, ribs, or flank. The most dangerous strikes? When one stallion turns, rears slightly, and kicks both hind legs simultaneously. It's not random. It's a decision, part of a strategic exchange to determine dominance without dragging the whole herd into chaos. Stallions may clash for minutes, sometimes longer, but rarely to the death. The moment one retreats, the fight is over. Dominance is claimed, not exterminated. Not all stallions kick alike. Interestingly, not all stallions fight the same way. Some prefer quick charges and body slams, Others use side kicks, aimed with surgical precision. There are even regional differences. Mustangs in North America often use rearing, plus rear kicks in open terrain. Zebras in Africa combine kicks with bites, screams, and sudden spins. Przewalski's horses in Mongolia show shorter, quicker bursts of aggression, reflecting their rugged mountain habitats. What unites them? One truth: in stallion society, dominance is earned, not assumed, and the kick is the ultimate proving ground. A system of social checks and balances. While these kicks may seem brutal, they're part of a larger system of social balance. In wild horse bands, the dominant stallion plays a critical role. He leads the group to food and water, protects against outside threats, keeps younger males in check, and stabilizes the breeding structure of the herd. Without these natural contests, without the risk, the ritual, the kick, there would be chaos. Too many males, too few resources, uncontrolled aggression. The dominance kick, for all its violence, is a form of order. It's nature's way of ensuring that the strongest, most alert, most strategic stallion leads the way, not just the loudest. Beyond the kick, respect, not fear. Once dominance is established, the herd settles. The defeated stallion often leaves, joining a bachelor group or waiting for another chance elsewhere. The victor doesn't need to keep kicking. He's earned his place, and the rest of the herd knows it. The next time you see two horses suddenly spin and strike out with their hind legs, remember, it's not just a reaction, it's a reflex honed by survival, a sentence in the language of horses, written in muscle and momentum. And in the world of stallions, that language is clear. Respect isn't asked for, it's demanded, one kick at a time. The Nevada Mustangs. One kick, 17 Descendants. On the sage-covered plains of Nevada, a camera crew sets up just after sunrise. The band of wild horses they've been tracking for weeks begins to stir. Mothers nudge foals, dust lifts off their coats, and one figure stands apart. A young challenger, the dominant stallion, a grizzled Mustang with battle scars on his shoulders, watches as the newcomer approaches. There's no time for ceremony. The clash is immediate. The two circle each other. Then rear. A double kick lands hard, throwing the challenger off balance. Another, faster, sharper, lands near the ribs. Within 2 minutes, the fight is over. The younger male limps away, dignity bruised but alive. The dominant stallion stands tall, flanked by his mares. Over the next breeding season, researchers track this same stallion through drone footage and GPS tagging. By year's end, he sires 17 foals, more than any other wild horse in that region. One kick didn't just win a fight, it shaped the gene pool of an entire generation. Zebra battles in Tanzania, the price of a step too far. In the wide, dusty floodplains of the Serengeti, two Grevy's zebras lock eyes across a watering hole. Unlike Mustangs, zebras use a different strategy. They feint, scream, bite, then kick. Sideways, low, and sudden. One male crosses the line, the other spins on a dime, his rear legs launching a blistering side kick into the intruder's shoulder. The sound echoes, not just through the air, but through the herd. Foals scatter, mares trot away. The fight ends almost as fast as it began. No major injuries, no fatalities, but hierarchy reinforced. In zebra society, where water and grazing are scarce, dominance is often temporary, but crucial. And kicks, just like in horses, aren't signs of cruelty. They're tools of survival. Dominance battles, a pattern, written in wild muscle. From Nevada to Tanzania, From Mongolia's rugged steppes to the dunes of the American Southwest, the pattern repeats. A stallion defends, a challenger rises. The ritual begins. Head high, ears pinned, hooves ready. The kick decides what words can't. Each time it looks like chaos, but it isn't. It's clarity. For the herd, for the future. These kicks are rarely fatal, and that's the point. Instead of prolonged bloodshed, nature has given equids, horses, zebras, wild asses, a pressure valve, the dominance kick. It allows them to settle disputes fast, cleanly, and with minimal harm. It's not just muscle, it's evolutionary intelligence. The ecological role of the dominant stallion. We often think of wild horses as chaotic, always fighting, always running, but beneath the surface is order. The dominant stallion plays a critical ecological role. He protects the herd from predators, especially during foaling season. He stabilizes herd movement, deciding when and where to graze. He maintains genetic diversity by keeping bachelor males in check. And yes, he enforces peace, using the threat of a kick more often than the kick itself. This balance reduces unnecessary fights, helps the herd conserve energy, and even improves offspring survival rates. The dominance kick is not about being violent. It's about keeping violence rare. The human lesson: don't mistake stillness for peace. To the untrained eye, a herd of wild horses looks calm. But watch long enough, and you'll see the undercurrent. A flick of the tail, a pinned ear, a shift in weight. The dominant stallion is always watching, always ready. This awareness, this readiness to defend order, is what makes the wild functional. And perhaps that's the lesson for us. Power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it warns. And sometimes, when the line is crossed, it kicks. Today, wild horses face a different kind of threat. Not from rivals, but from human expansion, fencing, and shrinking habitats. Organizations across the globe work to protect these animals, not only because they're majestic, but because they play a unique role in shaping grassland ecosystems. When we protect stallions, we're not just preserving power, we're preserving a system of natural checks and balances. So the next time you see a wild horse raise its head or launch a rear kick into the open air, don't flinch. Don't see violence. See wisdom. See history. See the wild, writing its laws not in words, but in muscle, dust, and instinct. If you've ever been fascinated by the raw power of wild horses, their silent rules, and the reflexes that shape entire herds, subscribe now. Because this is just one story in a world full of hooves, heartbeats, and hidden hierarchies. And if you're standing behind a stallion, know this: the kick is never random. It's nature's punctuation mark.